Leo, hey, what's going on, you all? My name is Antoine, and welcome to the channel. Leo, let's go ahead and jump right on into your love energies for mid to late February of 2026. All right, what's going on for my Leos mid to late February of 2026? Leo's sun, moon, rising, Venus, as well as anyone who may be connected to a Leo and you're here, this energy may be for you as well. All right, let's get one more shuffle and then let's take a peek at your energies. All right. Wow. Let go. And listen. I say wow because, like, okay, this card was a card from your early February message, except for it was in a different position. Okay, it was the card under the deck. This time it's the card on top of the deck. And you saw I shuffled and cut really good, and I shuffled off camera. I mean, and then that was messages ago. But anyways, in that earlier message, I'm just gonna say this. In that earlier message, it was you were pondering letting someone go. You were at that moment, at that stage of deciding to let someone go when it showed up under the deck. Now it's here as your center card. I believe that you've went ahead and you've made that jump. You've made that leap. So whether or not this has anything to do with that other message from early February, Leo, in any case, if you're here, if you relate to this energy, you have let something go. You have done it. Okay? It wasn't easy. And it's still hard sometimes, but the hardest part, which was the actual needing to like separate yourself from that energy or from someone's energy, it's you let it go. Okay? All right? So under the deck we have coming together. So we have let go because there was something else that was coming together, Leo, the whole time. Okay, someone that was more matched to you, a soulmate, someone that was going to give you this in love energy that you need, someone that was going to play by, even play by your rules. Here is what I'm hearing there with that book of love energy, Leo. Yeah. So definitely what I see here on the table is, yeah, Leo, you've let something go, you've let someone go, and because you've done that, it freed up the space for a better match to come together. Someone who actually is a soulmate as opposed to someone who pretended to be. Someone who actually is in love with you. Okay? Because there we go again. We have two people making, a connection, but actually in love, not just a connection. Let's go ahead and pull some cards here for you, Leo, and see if we can clarify this energy. You've let go. I want us to clarify the energy of what that meant for you, Leo. What did that mean for you to let go? The death card. This meant that you could be anything that you wanted to be or anybody that you wanted to be. This death card symbolizes that to let go of that past energy or to let go of a situation that you were in. Some of you had to even act completely beside yourself or act like not even yourself. It's like a part of you, a part of you who was attached to this person, literally, you had to kill that person off in order for you to survive like real life, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Okay, wow, the Ten of Cups reversed. The Ten of Cups reversed is coming out here. Yeah, there was a this meant that you could pursue this happiness like elsewhere. It's like you had there was a false dream with someone, or someone was giving you this Ten of Cups energy. Someone was giving you this Ten of Cups dream, right? But maybe not with the best intentions here, with it in reverse. It benefited them to make you think that you were getting that Ten of Cups energy with them. What is this? The Empress? No, I'm sorry. It was in reverse. So, okay. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse now here. I feel like they were, I feel like letting go of this person meant that they could no longer affect your finances anymore. Also, it meant that they can no longer like mooch off of you or use you. Okay. Yeah, Leo, you were a stable person, right? But what they were doing was causing you to be unstable, using your resources for their benefit. You know what? It's like it's like when you it's I don't know, maybe the analogy is not completely correct, but it's like the energy that I feel is like, do you know how awkward it feels when somebody tells you, or when you find out that like this person bought you this expensive ass, beautiful ass gift, right? And that gift made you feel so special because they thought about you and it came from them. And, yes, right? Only later to find out that they spent your money. Like that's the energy that I feel like that this person was being. So that's the energy that you get to move forward away from now that you've let it go. The Knight of Pentacles. Wow, okay. Huh. The Knight of Pentacles feels like there's been a lesson learned in all of this. You definitely took something from this. Okay? You are a little bit more cautious in love now, Leo. So even me just for some of you, even me just telling you that there's something beautiful right here, maybe even the next thing for you, it's coming, right? But I don't know. I feel like some of you may even have a hard time kind of moving forward towards it. Um, just maybe because you're just, kind of still reeling from this, right? But you have learned a very serious lesson, okay? Some of you are moving forward into this, or moving forward out of this situation that you've let go of now, okay? Maybe you're not necessarily sure like what direction you need to be going, but I do feel like with that Knight of Pentacles, the best thing that you can do is to like just kind of make sure that you can account for, your basics, right? You got your life, you got food, you got a roof. Hopefully, maybe you have a car if you need one. You have income. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're taking an account of, right, like, okay, I've stepped out of that energy. I've stepped out of this low vibrational energy, and now it's like you have this brand new identity, but maybe you don't necessarily know which way to go with it yet. And I think that maybe it takes someone coming to you, right, to kind of mirror you, to show you, like, just kind of who you are. And I mean, not necessarily that you have to see yourself in the eyes of someone else, but my point is that this person that's coming next is like, they're gonna value you, and they're gonna show you your value through like their actions in a way that someone else abused. Okay, anyways, under the deck we have the Nine of Cups. So emotional, uh, well, the card says material happiness, but I don't think that when I see this. I feel it's more like emotional clarity within oneself. Because what comes, you know what I'm saying? Like the Nine of Cups only comes after the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is all about letting go and walking away. And like I said, in doing that, yes, you found this emotional clarity, but just maybe not so much direction in, where to go next. Oh, but just you wait, because something is coming together, something is brewing. Okay, maybe spirit is even getting the next person ready for you. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to speak definitely, you know what I mean? But I just get this feeling that there's somebody tucked away that's coming up your way. And it's like a reward. Because I'm trying not to mention that earlier message too many times, but you already have had some other cards here that were from that message too. So it's like this whole month, it's just felt like it's been heavy, because you've been like maybe, mourning a relationship, like mourning someone that's still alive. You know what I mean? That, how weird that feels? Like, it's like you've been going through that. And now it's like you're on the other side of that and you're being rewarded. The Fool. Yeah, the Fool card here. You had to take a big risk. You knew that the risk, you knew that it was better to take a risk and um, and move forward, like move towards the unknown, and like do something alone. Like you knew that it was a risk to do this, but it really would have been a risk to stay, if anything. Also, I kind of feel like this Fool energy represents like that other relationship, like just kind of starting quickly, maybe without knowing each other well enough. But, you know, you started a journey with somebody. Wow. The thing that I'm seeing here is that like you started with this Fool guard energy, right? With this innocence. And then it's like never knowing that you'd have to be a whole completely different person by the end of this experience with that person. The Four of Swords. Yeah, you're exhausted, Leo. You know, you're exhausted. Healing takes a toll, you know, trying to, you know, make sense of a reality that was never, you know, built on anything of substance. Like, that shit is tiring. And I feel that here with the Four of Swords energy. You may be still trying to get your finances together. Also, since you may be like less willing to give to others now. You know what I mean? A little bit more discerning as well, is what I really mean. Not that you don't want to give, but I think that you may be a little more discerning about who you actually give like real resources to. Okay, the Five of Cups here, Leo. I see that in the moment, yes, you do feel like this was a loss. It's like you took a risk and you had to cut your losses on it. And I understand that, Leo. I do feel that. But imagine how much more you would have lost if you had kept feeding into the dream, feeding into the chaos of it all. What I want to say, hopefully I'm not speaking too soon, but if you want confirmation of you doing the right thing, then I do feel like yes, you did do the right thing. Maybe you don't believe that fully yet, but turn around and see what you still have available to you. You still have this Two of Cups. Or maybe you don't know that yet, but there's this energy of, in spite of what you have lost, there is something still there that is for you if you turn around and notice it. With that being said, whoever this person is may be waiting on you to notice them. They're waiting on you to make a move. Uh, but the thing is that you may not necessarily be, in the know to make a move. Okay. Anyways, okay. So we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I sense the ruminating. Like you, again, you did do the right thing. Yeah. So I didn't speak too soon. That actually is confirmation of what I was gonna say. You did do the right thing. It feels like a loss, right? It feels like you're mourning a life that never really was truly like available to you. I do sense like a moment of stagnation, like when it comes to love. I don't think that you're going to be very quick to jump into anything. I think I said that already. Um, but when you are ready, like there is going to be someone that is ready to match you. Yeah. We got the Ace of Wands under the deck here. So it's like Spirit is saying, look, I got opportunities ready for you when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not ready, then okay, I can't make you ready. But I hear Spirit, angels, and your ancestors telling you that they're proud of you for, letting go of what you needed to let go of, what it was time to let go of. Because up to now, you could have been just like holding on. And I still think, like, again, you kind of mourn and hold on to the what ifs, but the hardest part is over. And when you're done healing, when you're finally discovering who it is that you truly are outside of this, uh, now that you're really looking through, like looking at reality and, examining yourself and looking at the lessons that you learned, once you're done, I see that there is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful love that is waiting for you on the other side and not a moment sooner. Okay. So I know that sounds like a lot. I know that sounds hard. It's always easier said than done, I always say. But it's not impossible because the energy is here. It's just in reverse, right? So it's not impossible to get that back up right. Okay? so that you can have this true Ten of Cups energy, so that you can truly rest in that Ten of Cups energy, okay, and be more trusting to take risks, okay, so that you can truly heal and move on, like move on, move on. All right, Leo, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what's going on in the comment box below, you guys. I appreciate y'all's time. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out and subscribe if you would please. And come back to me next month. Bye.